Hi, my name is Patrick. This specific video should tell you about the steps to analyze CAT mock. So I have been getting these questions from my students saying that, okay, what are the steps? I mean, how do you go about analyzing the CAT mock? Now, it will vary from individual to some extent, but yes, I've mentioned some broad steps out here that will help you or give you guidelines in with regards to how do you approach in terms of analyzing the CAT mock. I mean, what should you do as such? So let's look at it. I'll come up with more videos in terms of formats to analyze the CAT mocks and other things as such. But right now, let's look at the steps to analyze CAT mock. So we do conduct classes for CAT and the other entrance exams. So coming to CAT mock, 2-hour test. I mean, technically a 2-hour test. So in that case, the way to analyze, you will have to analyze everything that you go in a mock, right? From the question that you go wrong, the question that you go right, and everything that you do about it. That's when will you know how to go about improving in the next step. A lot of people write the mock but don't analyze it properly, and because they don't analyze it properly, the improvement is not much. And the key to improve is to analyze the mock properly. You write a mock, analyze it, find out how you can improve or the areas to improve, and then work on it before you start your next mock. But if you jump from one mock to the second mock to a third mock, there will be no improvement. I mean, you will be just writing the mocks, but your scores will not improve. Also, remember that score improvement is a slow process. You have to experiment, you have to see what works, what doesn't work. And if you keep working on it, I assure you that your scores will eventually improve. Okay. Key is persistence. You need to persevere. Okay, let's look at the step first. I mean, that's what normally I say. Once you finish the mock, go to all the questions that you've not attempted, unattempted. I mean, you can put a timer, but I feel you need not put a timer. Just go to the question and go to and solve the question that you didn't attempt. Okay. If you feel you could have solved more number of questions, like after the mock, say in the exam you solved 4 more questions of mathematics, but after the mock you could solve maybe 3 more questions of mathematics. That means you were not able to identify the difficult level of the questions. That means you missed out these questions which you could have solved in the exam, but you couldn't solve because you missed out on the problem. So that means you need to work on the difficult level of identifying difficult level of problems. You need to be able to identify questions you can solve and questions you cannot solve. That's important. Or question could be that you were under stress during the test and therefore you couldn't solve that. That is also a common problem. So in that case, you need to work on managing your stress. Is it any way I can calm myself in the examination and try to work on it? Or can I get the answers better? Either way. The rare cases is also that you don't have enough time because you spend a lot of time on other questions. In that case, you need to work on the methods. Try to improve your methods of solving so you can spend more time on the other questions that you can solve. Okay, this is one step. The second step would be to go to the sums that you got wrong. I mean, you already look, one of the easiest way to improve is to reduce your mistakes. Because when you get one question right, you get plus 3 marks. But if it is a wrong question where you have got -1, assuming it's an option based question, and you get it right, you get +4. Your scores improve by 4 marks actually. And that also without any extra time. So you're just correcting your mistakes. So that means if you really want to score high or good, try to reduce the number of mistakes. So key is to write down in a book the cause of your mistakes. So one way to improve your mistakes is to know where you're making mistakes. A lot of people do silly mistakes like calculations, reading the question wrong, or something on that. So be aware of your mistakes. And moment you are aware of your cause, you can automatically work on it to improve on that. Be careful when you're solving the mock and look at other means of trying to improve on it. But yes, go to the wrong sums. Why have you gone wrong? Was it conceptual error? Was it simple, silly mistakes? Find out the reason for your mistakes and see how you can improve on your mistakes. Because the moment you get a wrong answer, remember you spent time on it and you've gone wrong, which is not a very good idea. Step 3, go to the sums you got correct. A lot of people miss out. But I normally tell people that this is important because in the exam, you're going to solve the correct question. And whatever you got correct, these are the questions that you can get answers to. And this is what you'll be using in the examination. So I normally recommend people try to see if you can get better methods for these sums and reduce the time that you solve for this sum. The moment you can reduce the time for these sums, you will get more time to solve the other questions. Secondly, by going through these questions again, you are basically helping to improve your concepts. You understand the questions better, right? And remember, this is where you're going to score marks. So if this is where you're going to score marks, you better spend more time on these areas, okay, so that it helps you more. Lastly, write an overall analysis in a book. I mean, make a book. I mean, normally, as if just before the exam, actual exam, you would want to go through your past mocks and get your learnings from it. So, make a analysis of a book. I'll come up with a format that will help you to make a format. But yeah, write the overall analysis in a book. Write down what worked, what did not. I mean, this strategy worked. So, if I go slow in the verbal, it helps me to get more accuracy. Or if I go to a two-round strategy, it helps me. So, find out what worked and what did not. Also, identify areas to improve. I mean, there could be some areas. Oh, I've gone wrong in geometry, something. I think I need to work on the concepts on that. So, identify areas to improve or areas to experiment. I need to work on the strategy with regards to verbal section. So, try to areas to improve as such. Okay. And based on this, look at the areas that you need to prepare before your next mock. So, have a preparation schedule saying that this is what I'm going to prepare before the next mock, so you can improve on this, right? So do these 4 steps. I'm sure this will help you with regards to preparation. So start doing this, and I'm sure mock analysis is very important in help to help you improve your scores. Thank you.